pencil it, I guess, right?
Well,
or that was the foxhole one.
That was the foxhole one.
This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to everybody. Tonight is Tuesday, June the 4th, I think. So correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. June the 4th. And this is Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom Medlin, W5KUB. The show's on every Tuesday night. We also simulcast on world-famous WBCQ International Shortwave Station on 5130 kilohertz out of Monticello, Maine. So if you're listening on shortwave and you'd like to join us and you have internet, just go to w5kub.com and join us. You can watch the video, and we have a chat room and so forth, and you can interact with us. Let's see what else is going on. Just wonder if we got any new people in the chat room tonight. If you're new, it's your first time, let us know so we can give you a big warm welcome. We'd like to see who's new each week. Also, we'd like to invite you to join our Facebook groups called W5KUB. Just do a search, W5KUB on Facebook, and you join us. The numbers are going up quite fast, maybe 100 a week are joining. And it's just a great ham radio site to go to. It gives you a lot of information about the show and who's going to be on and where we're going and things like that. And you can also post your ham shack pictures in there, and Katie will probably pull them off and show them on the show one night. So that'll get you on the show. So we've got about 7,500 members now, growing really fast. Now, I'd just like to ask all 7,500 out there, if each of you will send an email to 5 ham friends, and if only 3 of them join our Facebook group, 7,500 times 3 is 20-something thousand, 23,000. And then you add the 7,500 on top of that, we'll be at 30,000 on our Facebook. So, hey, please do that. We're under a membership drive right now, so help us out right there. We don't have anything real specific tonight planned for the show. This is going to be one of those nights where we just talk a little about everything. We've got Dave with us. We've got Jason with us. We'll probably open the phone lines and just talk to all you guys and whatever subject that you want to talk about. You might have noticed a video at the beginning of the show on the airwaves with Andrew up on the tower and his wife Lisa. They're from Denmark, and he made that video years ago, and I just pulled it out of some archives this afternoon and put it on here. Andrew is OZ5E, OZ5 Echo from Denmark. All right, let's see. Let's just jump around here and see who we got on. Let's see. Let's go to Dave first and just see how Dave's doing. Let's see. Here we go. How you doing tonight, Dave? Glad to have you, man.
I'm pretty much recovered from Dayton and doing some videos based on stuff that I got there and so on. I had a fascinating conversation with a youth group from Germany and Austria about what gets youth in ham radio, and I want to put something together on that. They had some very, very good points about things that have been successful in Austria and Germany in getting youth into ham radio, and they were very emphatic about it, as a matter of fact. this next video that will be coming out tomorrow is about building a kit to replace my station clock with something that has GPS receiver on it. So it's it came together very well. I had no issues with it at all. I'll show a picture of it when we come back.
Okay.
So I'm just making videos and trying to stay upright.
Well, that's good. And hey, it takes you about a week to recover from Dayton. Let me tell you, that is a big that's a big deal there. Let's bring Jason in here from down in Texas. Jason, how are you doing tonight? Hello, Jason. Earth to Jason. Hello, Earth.
Hey,
Hey, there he is.
you hear hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, there seems to be some lag tonight. I don't know if it's on my end or your end, but
Yeah, I'm
weird. I
seeing
usually don't have that problem.
I'm seeing some pixelation and not a real clear picture. I mean, it's okay of you. Dave looks okay. So I don't know. It may be just something on the internet between us and Texas tonight. You know.
Could be. Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Well, are you recovered yet? We saw you up at Dayton.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I drove to Dayton. I left on Wednesday, got there on Thursday.
Wow.
About a 15-hour drive for me.
Yeah.
And I stayed till Sunday and drove half the way home on Sunday afternoon and stayed in Memphis that night and drove the rest of the way home Monday morning and been back to work for like 2 weeks now. So yeah, it's a distant memory for me.
Wow, man, that's a long drive. I mean, you know, but hey, young guys like you can make it. Hey, Dave, Dave and I can't really. We couldn't drive that far, could we, Dave?
Well, my wife came with me. We split the driving chores. It took us 4 days to get there and 4 days to get home.
4 days, man.
Wow.
That's a lot of time. A lot of time, man.
That's farther than I went.
You're gonna have to get something that's a little bit faster, man. I mean, what do you got in that motorhome? You got a V8 in there or a 6-cylinder?
Oh, we don't have a motorhome, just a travel trailer.
Oh, okay.
And pulling it behind my Nissan Frontier. It's a new to us travel trailer.
Okay.
This year, and got something just a little bit bigger, and which meant that our fuel economy reflected that. When we had headwinds, we'd get about 9 miles to the gallon.
Well, that's interesting. If you want to cut a few days off, get you something to go a little bit faster, man. Don't worry about the mileage, but just, cut that trip down to 2 days drive.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
That's a long ways out there.
We think
Okay. Well, look, I see a question in the chat room. Let me answer it here just real quick. Let's see. Okay, they asked if I saw there's a article on possible legislation in New York on balloon launching, where you can't launch balloons, and basically that is for party balloons, and it's in I think it's 10 or more balloons. They're complaining that balloons are messing up the beaches. People have these parties and they'll launch these balloons, this cluster of balloons, and they come down the ocean and somebody don't want to pick them up. So they're trying to legislate where you can't launch party balloons. Now that won't have anything to do with scientific launches or single balloons. And I was also reading the article and it talked about helium balloons. One way to get around that is, I guess, hydrogen balloons. But again, it was clusters of 10 or more balloons that they want to ban. And again, that came out of New York. They're worried too that the legislator up there is worried too that these balloons have strings on them and it might kill a fish somewhere. So they're spending a lot of time on trying to get this legislation through where a string does not, cause any harm to a fish out there. I don't
With
think.
all the plastic that's in the ocean, and they're worried about some strain.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to affect us. We're still hoping, not because of this legislation or anything like that, but we're still going to be working on launching our super duper sushi wrap balloon with hydrogen and with Whisper on it. I've got to get with Bill on that, and the launching is so critical in that thing. It's got a 34-foot antenna, and if you saw the video of the launch in Dayton, those things travel very low to the ground. They got a very low takeoff on them, and the one with Whisper and a 34-foot antenna would be very bad about catching power lines and buildings and so forth. But hopefully we're gonna get that off here. Hopefully before we get into Huntsville Hamfest there. Hey, and while I'm here, just for a second, let me. I got another picture of the Hara Arena. Of course, this is what it looked like, guys. When we were talking about Dayton a minute ago, this is typically the flea market is all that upper half right there. So you can see, you know, I would say that the new facility is really spread out. I think it's more difficult to see everybody. You're not in the big crowds like you were at Hara. Everything's pretty well concentrated here in that parking lot. But at the fairgrounds, they really have a lot of room and can really grow that if they want to. But that's what Hara Arena looked like over the years. We were up there for 35 years, and here's what it looked like after the tornado hit it. So it did quite a bit of damage to it right there. So you can see the before and after, and it's not pretty. So I doubt it'll ever be repaired. It's probably going to be torn down now. But that was always a neat place that we always look forward to going to every year, even though it was getting old and run down. Let's hey Jason, tonight you were you got a couple things. I think you're going to be going to a Hamfest here this weekend, and maybe you got a new radio. You want to talk about that?
Sure, yeah. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, good. So this weekend is HamCom, the Texas HamCom, which is the ARRL West Gulf Division Convention. It's the largest hamfest in Texas every year. It takes place in Plano. It's been in Plano this year. It'll be in Plano this year and was last year. All the big names are there. MFJ, Icon, Yazoo, Kenwood, Elocraft, Flex Radio, Computers, bunch of flea market space, both in. They had it in Plano for a number of years, and they moved it to a more central location for Dallas-Fort Worth in Irving's. A city of Irving is about halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth, and they moved it to a facility called the Irving Convention Center about 4 or 5 years ago. And they had it there for about 3 years. And the Irving Convention Center is a very nice facility, but it's not conducive for ham radio. It's paid parking both days. It's a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday. Paid parking both days. They have parking that's garage parking underneath the building, and you can't force ham radio operators to park in a garage because of antennas on it, especially in Texas, because we all drive pickup trucks in Texas, right?
Oh yeah.
And they have everybody has antennas on their pickup trucks, on the top, on the bed, whatever, tall antennas. So they forced everyone to park under the parking garage. It wasn't very good. The food was expensive. They charged for parking both days. It was a nice facility, but it just wasn't really conducive to ham radio. They had it there for about 3 years.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I've been going on for like last.
Well, that's breaking up really bad.
Yeah, it is. It really is there. Jason, you're frozen? Are you still?
And it wasn't. It was a good show. Oh, I see myself frozen. How's that?
Well, you're back. You're back. Go ahead.
I don't think I'm on the same connection. I'm going to talk to you, Tom. So, is that better?
Hard to say. It's about the same here. I tell you what, let's do. Stand by, and we'll come back to you in a minute. Maybe things will
Okay, all right.
clear up here in a minute. Let's just jump over to Dave for a few minutes. And we're very informal tonight. We'll come back to you there. What is that? Is that a beer you're drinking? You're not allowed to drink a beer during the show now. Is that what's the brand of that?
NW.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go to Dave for a few minutes. Maybe the internet will clear up there for Jason. So let's get Dave in here, and we'll come back to you, Jason. I want to hear about that 6,500 minutes.
Okay.
So okay, Dave, you've been working on a couple little things there. You got some kits or something you've been working on, I think.
Right, I've got 3. I bought a clock kit from QRP Labs. I bought the GPS receiver that goes with it, also from QRP Labs. And I have one that I haven't put together yet. It is a field strength meter. It's not a calibrated field strength meter. It's all relative, but should be kind of interesting to see how that works for some antenna testing. And that's the one that's going together next. And they rate it as a 4 out of 5 in difficulty because there's a surface mount component that has to be put on. And I've got the microscope, thanks to an Augie who sent me one. And so I think I'm pretty confident I can get that surface mount component on there okay. And it's just the one. So once I get those 8 pins established, it should all work. So I'll make a video about that too. I also received a new radio this is actually from Radioddity. It's labeled Baofeng, but Baofeng does not sell DMR radios directly. They sell all of their DMR radios through Radioddity. So I got this from Radioddity, and it's pretty. I was surprised at the size of the thing. It's pretty big. I mean, it fills up the hand, and so this will be the subject of an upcoming video.
Okay.
And we'll see what comes of that. I've reviewed quite a few DMR radios, and frankly, they're kind of stacking up. So I've been giving them away at club meetings in raffles to whoever wants a DMR radio. We have one DMR repeater around here. So let's see, I've got a picture of this kit. Let's see if I can figure out how to share a screen. Let's see. Share screen. That one. Display one. That one. Share screen. Share screen. Yeah, I just went away. I don't like. Oh, here we go. Here's the kit. There's 2 parts of it. The part on the left there is the GPS receiver. It's got a little patch antenna with a ground plane underneath it. It's got 3 LEDs. One is a pilot light. Another tells you that you're receiving the 1 pulse per second that you're supposed to be getting. And the third is indicating that the data word is being read by the clock. So the clock can tell you UTC date and time and information about GPS. It can indicate latitude, longitude, altitude, and so on. And the circuit board will support a 4-line display, which I think I'd like to get, but I don't really know much about those. So that was my kit. I had one of these, and was doing some tests on a handheld, and I transmitted right next to the radio, 5 watts, and it zapped the read-only memory that it's got on there. It's a EEPROM, and I don't have any way to reflash it, so I just went ahead and got another kit. They were only $19 for the clock kit. I think it's like $29 for the GPS receiver. And that thing up in the upper right-hand corner is a little regulator to get the 12 volts down to the 5 volts that the clock wants. And then on the GPS board, there's another regulator to get it down to 3.3 volts, which is what the GPS chip wants. The GPS chip is already on there. It's mounted as a surface mount device that's pre-soldered in position. So let's see, how do I get my screen back? Stop sharing, there we go. Okay, so that's what I've been up to, and just enjoying some rather rainy and cool weather here.
Well, I know it's been hot here, Dave.
Okay.
We were out today cutting bushes and limbs off trees and stuff. We've got about 100 bushes and trees here, and I've got probably 2 dump truck loads of stuff out there now on the ground that I've got to get somebody to come pick up. I can cut it off, but I don't like picking it up. And boy, it was hot out there. I think out where you are there, it might get hot, but you don't have the humidity, do you, that we have?
No, not usually.
Humidity here is like, 90%, 95%, and, you go outside and all your clothes get wringing wet. You can actually squeeze water out of them, man. Anyway, hey, great on the kits, and we look forward to the videos that you're going to put together on those. I was trying to follow the chat room there while you were talking. I think there were a couple questions, but I missed it. But if you guys have more questions for Dave on those kits, just re-enter it in the chat room there. Let's go back and see if Jason is still with us. I heard some noise coming in here like a duck quacking a while ago. Was that coming from you, Jason?
Hey.
Hey, you look better right now.
Is that better?
Yeah. What do you do?
I yelled at it.
You must have plugged in an Ethernet cable or something.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I plugged in Ethernet.
Oh man.
So
it's amazing. It's amazing how Wi-Fi can cause so much troubles. I mean, even with an access point so close to you.
I know it. Yeah, and it's right there. It's right there.
So I mean, you're 3 foot away from it, man. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, you fixed it, so your IT skills are top notch. Yeah. So Hamcom's coming up now. You've been to Hamcom, I guess, many times since you lived down there.
Yep.
And you were talking about parking, and everybody has pickup trucks. I've got a pickup truck.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw your pickup truck at Dayton.
Yeah.
So long story short, Hamcom is the biggest hamfest in Texas. It's the ARRL West Gulf Division Convention. And they had it in Plano for a number of years. They switched it to Irving about 4 or 5 years ago. And Irving is more centralized between Dallas and Fort Worth. If you're looking at the map, Dallas is on the east and Fort Worth is on the west. Irving's right in the middle. Plano's way out here to the east of Dallas. And they had it in Plano for a number of years, and they switched it to Irving. But the convention center at Irving, well, it's a really nice facility. It just wasn't conducive for a hamfest. So in 2017, which was the last year in Irving, they sold about 900. And I've got videos on this on my channel that documents all this. But they sold about 950 tickets in 2017, and that's I thought that number was a little bit low. I'm like, well, okay, that's all right, I guess. But and then the last year, 2018, they moved it back to Plano after it had been in Irving for several years, from moving from Plano back to Irving, back to Plano. And in the course of 1 year, they tripled their ticket sales. They sold just over 2,700 tickets in 2018.
Wow.
And these are patron tickets that are buying tickets to come to the show. So this year is the second year that we're back in Plano, and I'm hoping to break like 3,500 or so tickets this year. We'll see, but anyway, it's a really good show. Yazoo, ICOM, Kenwood, Elecraft, Flex Radio, MFJ are all there. All the big names. Main Trading Company is there. A couple of the smaller vendors there. DX Mini will be there, I believe. R Finder will be there. Buddy Pole will be there. I know Buddy Pole comes every year. Chris and those guys at Buddy Pole, they're really great guys. I can't remember everybody. Quicksilver Radio, they sell a lot of power pole stuff and connectors and Go Kit type things. They'll be there. Of course, I want to say W5KUB, but that's not right.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'll be there.
No, you won't be there.
Yeah.
But Galen and the guys from, gosh, my mind just went blank.
Well, that's all right.
The Screwdriver Antenna guys.
Yeah. Well, we've thought about coming down for a few years. It's about the same distance to us as Dayton. We're almost right in the center.
Oh, really?
Between Dayton and Hamcom. It's about 500 miles each way.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll make it one of these days, I guess.
It's not as big as Hamcom. I mean, it's not as big as Hamvention by any stretch. It's just not. But it's still the biggest Hamfest in Texas, which is Texas is of course the biggest state in the union, in the 48 states anyway. It's a fun show. I mean, it's like a half hour for me. I've gone for the last 6 or 7 years. Like I said, all the really big names are there, and the ARRL will have a big presence there this year. The North Texas, South Texas, and West Texas sections will be there. The West Gulf Division director will be there. Howard, the current ARRL president or CEO or whatever they call him, will be there this year. They'll be doing a presentation on Saturday. It's going to be a really cool event. So we have a lot of people coming down from Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, those places. And of course, all over from Texas, but it's a fun event. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'll be recording video and putting it up on my channel. That'll be posted this weekend. We're going to try to do a live stream on Saturday at 10 a.m. You can go to hamradio2.com/live stream to get the forwarded URL to that event.
Okay.
Assuming
hey, Jason, and be sure in our Facebook group to post that, that announcement.
Sure.
Because the objective here I've got of all of us together is to help, cross promote each other's channel, and
right.
Anything we can do to help bring, our 7,500 people over and let them know about you and bring you some new people, and vice versa. If you can. Let people know on your channel there about our group. It's great. We don't feel like we're in any competition with each other on this, and we're just having ham radio fun. Now, if we were on the same night at the same time, then it would be war, man. It'd be competition,
Yeah. No, I posted everything on my Instagram and Facebook page about an hour ago, but about an hour before this stream started. My Discord channel. And I said, hey, get on w5kub.com and watch us talk tonight. So, totally agree with that. So, I appreciate it. But, yeah, there'll be some videos up for that. And really fun. It's really fun time to get together with everyone from your kind of like local area. Rather than Dayton is so big. And I love Dayton. Absolutely love Dayton. But Dayton's so big. You got people coming from all over the world to Dayton. Hamcom's a little bit more centralized. It's like 4 or 5 states, and that's it. And and there's a lot of people there that you get to talk to on the air all the time, but only get to see about once a year. So it's a fun show, really, really fun show. I'm hoping that it continues to grow for the next few years.
You know, you said you were only about a half hour away. I mean, there are people that live in Dayton. It takes them a half hour to get to Hamvention. We've got you know, hey, one of our members here, Teresa KE5MUX. Guess where she stayed? Guess where her hotel was a couple weeks ago? You may know for Hamvention. You know where she stayed? Her hotel was in Indiana.
Oh my goodness.
She drove from
Really?
Indiana each day. She's from Texas, down in your area there, but it was about an hour. It was about an hour. It was about an hour and 15 minutes. I guess what is it? I-70. Let's see. I-70. Well, which one goes across? Dave, you probably know this. It runs east-west.
I-80 goes right across the top of Dayton there.
80?
Yeah.
That's 70, isn't it?
Well, 70 south of there.
Okay.
We took 70 there, and we had to get off and go north. You know, the secret is if you bring an RV, you can stay at a KOA or something like that. They always seem to have an extra few spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, you know, I thought, to me, that's pretty severe. It took an hour and 15 minutes for her, I think. You know, some years we've stayed really north of Dayton. I mean, used to, many years ago, if you didn't have your room reserved by, say, the first or second week after Dayton, you wouldn't have a room. You would not have a room up here. Now, either more hotels or things a little easier now. I don't know, but we used to sometimes we stayed just about everywhere up here, and we would be so tired at the end of the day, man, from walking at flea market, and then have to drive 30 minutes or 45 minutes to the hotel. We almost couldn't make it there. Well, so hey, question in the chat room here: have you got a dog and have you got a gun rack in your truck?
I have a dog. I no longer have a gun rack. I had a gun rack in my truck when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But not so much anymore.
Yeah, you know, and hey, when I went to college, you know, hey, I had a rifle, and I even took it in a room to clean it. Nowadays, I don't guess you take anything like that on a campus, do you? I mean,
No.
You know what? I'm old, so I don't know. I mean, if we had gun racks and guns in our vehicles, and when we went to high school all the time, they stayed in our vehicles. We didn't take them into school with us.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal back then.
I know it. We'd carry our rifles and stuff right into the dorm there at college and clean it and do whatever we wanted to with it, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, but I don't want to get all political and whatnot, so I'm just going to say we used to do that. I don't know what they do today.
Times change.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you got.
I'm not sure they changed for the better either.
You got a new radio. I mean, were you planning on that?
Yep. So I've got this. I don't have my battery in it right now.
That's the Maestro.
This is a Flex Maestro.
Yeah.
And that's the 6400 right there.
Yeah.
So I've been active on HF for the last 3, 4, 5 days.
Well, that's really cool. So you can take that Maestro with you to a hotel or anywhere and operate your rig there just remotely.
Well, and the coolest thing, the best thing, in my opinion, is that this is my shack outside. I actually have a ham shack.
Yeah.
It's a 10 by 15 storage building that I've done up on the inside. That's actually in my backyard, separated from my house. So I can take that inside my house and sit down in front of my TV, watch TV with my wife in the evenings, and then use the headset and talk on that. I go upstairs to my office in the house and I talk on it, and I can take it anywhere. I'm going to take it to Hamcom this weekend. I'm going to set it on my table, connect to the Wi-Fi. It's very, very easy to work HF when you can take HF with you wherever you go. So I don't have to come out here and sit in front of the computer and or the radio anymore. I'm really liking the flexibility of the Flex Radio. So the guys, Matt and Lori and Michael down in Austin, Texas, great people down there. I really like the product they make, and I'm looking forward to trying out even more than I have already. So you'll see some videos upcoming on my channel about that as well, about how to set up a Flex and how you use it, how you create your account, how you connect to multi-flex and smart SDR and all that kind of good stuff. So that's going to be.
So do you have to have a pretty decent computer to run that on? I mean, the computer doesn't.
It's not connected to a computer at all right now.
But normally, don't you have to provide your own computer with a Flex?
Yes and no. Depends on which model you get. Okay. So if you get the Flex Radio with no screen on it, like that right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do one of two things. You can connect a Maestro to it, or you can connect your computer to it. Or you can do both. So I have my laptop that I'm talking to you on right now, Tom, has the Flex software on it that you download from their website. So I can work it from my computer, or I can take this Maestro anywhere with me, because the Maestro has an Ethernet port and Wi-Fi in it. So I can take it with me to a hotel or in my car, connected Wi-Fi in my car if I want to. So it depends on what you want to do. And they have an iPad app. You can download the Flex Radio iPad app and connect back to your Flex Radio at your house through the iPad.
Now, would that kind of take the place of the Maestro?
Yes, correct.
And would that work remotely, like at a hotel, the tablet?
That is correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can use it from a Maestro or from the iPad app, or there's a Windows app. If you just want to install it on your laptop that you carry with you on road trips, and get to a hotel, set up your Windows laptop. My DMR radio is going off. But you can do it. I mean, there's multiple ways to do it. So you don't have to invest in the Maestro. You can use an iPad or a Windows app or an iOS app and connect to it anywhere you want to. So the flexibility of it is very versatile.
Well, that's great. I've looked at the Flex a time or two, and at one time I started to buy me a used one just to see how it worked out. But I didn't get it. I think he sold it before I got to him, which might be good, because I don't need another radio, to tell you the truth. But I always thought that you had to run it on a computer. Maybe there were some earlier models that ran on a computer.
Yeah. So their latest series of radios are what's called the Flex 6000 series. So they have the 6400, the 6600, the 6700.
Yep. The
older models of like the 6300 and the 6500. Prior to that, like the 1500 and I think it's a 25 or a 3500, you always have to have a computer.
Yeah.
They've kind of upgraded since then to where you can use anything with the 6000 series. You can use the Maestro or a computer, or either or. So the 6400M and the 6600M, M stands for Maestro. The Maestro is built into the front of the radio. So you have a screen on the radio here that looks just like that.
Uh-huh.
But it's built into the radio. So you can choose to purchase the M version, M for Maestro version of the 6400 or 6600 with the screen built in, and then you don't need anything. You can run it from a computer. You can choose to run it independently, however you want to, or you can get a second Maestro and connect that to it and use it remotely. So it's very versatile as far as the number of options it has to use it both at home, on the road, remotely, or whatever. So they used to be computer only, and they've kept that aspect and expanded on it. So they've moved away from it, but they've also kept it. So you can use it from a computer, locally, from a computer remotely, from a Maestro remotely or locally, and a bunch of other ways as well. So it's very very versatile, like I said.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's stand by just a second. I'm gonna open the phone lines in a minute. Maybe we'll get some precipitation, if you know what I mean. In here. And I'm gonna open the phone lines in a minute, and let's see if we can't the next half of the show get some people in here. If you want to talk with Dave or talk with Jason or me, we're gonna open the phone lines up. So everybody, stand by just a second. We'll be back with you in just a second here. Contest from home or remotely. ICOM's IC9700 is now available in shipping. Create your own band openings with ICOM's newest SDR transceiver. This new radio is bringing direct sampling to the UHF-VHF weak signal world. Its all-mode transceiver is loaded with innovative features such as dedicated amateur satellite operation, color touchscreen, D-Star capability, RF direct sampling, dual independent receivers, and 100-watt maximum output on 2 meters, 75 watts max on 70 centimeters, and 10 watts max on 1.2 gigs. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, 110 dB RMDR, independent dual receiver, and dual digit select. Changing the way entry-level HF is designed, the 7300 is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design, and it will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios. All right, we should be back here, and let me get the phone line up here. So we've got numbers in 65 countries. Maybe we'll get a couple foreigners, some DX calling in tonight. I should have already had this up, but this is kind of a one-person operation tonight. I don't have enough arms here. So we're bringing the phone system up. If you're in a international location, look on our website, w5kub.com, and go to Contact Us, the tab that says Contact Us, and let me get the echo off. And you'll be able to see the international numbers. Thank you. I was hearing echo, and my producer just told me I had echo. She's right on top of things. All right, so let's get this phone number going here, and I'll get a phone number posted. Let's see. Oh, where'd Dave go?
I got lost for a minute.
There he is. Let's see. Phone line. Here we go. That might work. There we go. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, there you go. We've got. If you guys don't like the music, call in, and the music will go away. 712-775-7270. Dave, you guys may not be hearing the music. Let's see.
I hear it.
Oh, you're hearing it? Okay, there you go. Okay, let's just see if we can get some people in here. Let's get some conversation started. I'll have to kind of keep my eyes over here on the phone system or leave the music playing. All right. Well, I know we've got 4 viewers out there. One of you guys call in. Come on. We're talking about my cursor. Where's my cursor? My cursor on? Oh, it's on Dave's face.
Yeah.
It's on Dave's face. Let me. There we go. They were wondering what that was in your mouth there, Dave.
Yeah, they thought it was my cursor.
Yeah. The music quit. Did we get somebody? I think we got somebody. Let's see. Yeah, we've got.
Hello, Tom. Can you copy?
Yeah, who's the caller?
KG0BK.
KG0BK. Russ, you're my buddy that I won't say why.
Hey, and I also heard that back in your days of college, maybe you did something too, but
I did.
Should we go into that?
But I didn't get shut down by the FCC while you were selling advertisement for your pirate channel.
Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't know Martin Jew didn't either. I could have probably made more money.
Hey, it was a lot of fun back then. Hey, we got somebody else on the phone. Who else we got on the phone?
Hey guys, K6UDA here.
K6UDA.
Oh my gosh! Hang up, Tom.
Yeah, well, I can't somehow. I don't know. He's got it locked where I can't hang him up, man. This guy,
hang up.
He's sharp. He's a sharp, techie guy, and let me tell you, somehow he's
probably hacked you.
He's configured this thing where it's impossible for me to hang him up. Hey, K6UDA, thanks for joining, and appreciate you on here tonight. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, no problem. Love it. Good show tonight.
Well, you know, nothing was planned tonight. Katie is up in North Dakota. Martin had some eye surgery. He can't even see tonight. His daughter's driving him home. Josh had to work late. I don't know, man. Unless Josh is he's just joshing us. Now, you live out there close to him. If you spot him in a bar somewhere, I want to know. But, you know,
hey, I'd love to be on your show sometime.
Well, let's do it.
I got to cut this one short tonight because I've got to go down to the shop and I'm priming the Jeep. Getting ready to paint it again.
Okay. Well, we'll get you on here one night. Just keep in contact. Shoot me an email or a text or Twitter or something. What do you call that? A tweet, and we'll arrange it.
Sounds good.
And hey,
right.
Thanks for the prizes. Thanks for the prizes that we gave away there during our Hamvention webcast. Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, you guys have a great night. Good show. We'll talk to you later. I'm
okay.
Out. K6UDA.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you later. And we got somebody else on the phone. Who else is on the phone?
You got Richard, KB3ZVH in Erie, Pennsylvania.
KB3, what was that? KB3GBH?
KB3ZVH, Richard in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Yeah, okay, Richard, real fine. Yeah, okay. Hey, we are broke a record tonight. We've got 3 people. Well, I've already had 3 people on the phone here. Hey, let's go back to Russ real quick. Russ, what do you got going? Hey, Russ, I heard you on the net tonight. You were a little weak, and boy, I have got some terrible static. How you doing?
Well, we're always a little weak, but I think we're going to fix things with a different antenna. We're in an HOA, so you know how that goes, but I think we can sneak by that. Thanks for trying to get me, Tom. At least you can always usually hear me and say, is that you? And that's about it. We don't have a chance to talk.
Yeah.
Dave, thanks for your ideas tonight of what's coming up on your channel. I love your channel, and I'm a Augie fan subscriber, and we'll be looking for those, especially the GPS thing. And Jason, I'm going to be down in that area about the same time as the Hamfest. I didn't know that was going on, so real informative night for me tonight. Tom, thanks for having those people in.
Yeah, man. You know, we usually hear you. At least I recognize part of your call there, and we got to do better. I don't know. Hey, you know what? Tonight, typically I run that. Typically I run the double ZEP. I run that double ZEP antenna, extended double ZEP antenna. But I built that 3/8 wavelength vertical that was in QST a couple months ago. All it is a 3/8 piece of wire, ground mounted. I've got a radio system buried, but they give you the instructions to build a really small, neat matching device. And it's this little ballon that you wind in a capacitor, and that thing, man, it tuned just perfect SWR, and it is so wide banded it covers the entire 40-meter band, almost like a 1.1 or 1.2. But you know, tonight typically a vertical is more noisy, but tonight I could flip off that flip from the extended double ZEP and go that vertical. And some people, of course, would come up very loud in signal, maybe 10 dB in signal strength, plus, and I don't know why, but plus the static, the lightning crashes kind of went away. So, and typically, you know, a vertical antenna picks up that noise from, you know, every direction, 365 degrees, but it was a pretty good antenna tonight. So I think in your home association, you ought to be able to get something up out there, pretty simple, that you can kind of hide and make work there, Russ.
Well, we're still working on it, and according to the guys in the background, an inverted V wouldn't be the thing to use. It would be a double V antenna, I guess is what they're trying to say. But thanks for that, and we won't keep you any longer. We'll keep working at it, Tom.
Yeah, I see Dave on here, N5CU. I talked to him tonight. He said 15 to 20 dB increase in signal strength. I mean, it's just kind of amazing there. Well, great. Hey, Russ, thanks for calling in, man. And hey, we're having fun. I kid you every time you call in about being a radio pirate. I think many of us were back in the 60s. I mean, hey, in college, I put on a pirate station here in college, and it was a small station. It had a 6146 in it, you know. But you know, anyway, we would play music, and the neat thing about it, in my dorm room, we had a phone in the hall right across my door, and people would call up for a request, you know. But that was kind of cool. But we didn't keep it on very long. We weren't selling advertisement on our pirate radio station. To the mayor, was it? No, it was during the mayor's it wasn't the mayor's. Tell me about this. I understand the mayor was speaking, and the FCC came or something during that meeting or something. I don't know what the deal is. You want to talk about it? We can all psychoanalyze you tonight. I don't think he wants to talk about it.
Okay, you were a little distorted. I guess I heard most of it, Tom. But thanks again, and love your show. We're telling people about it. Hopefully you get some more viewers.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay, I turned the mic down a little bit. I might have been getting excited about it. Thanks a lot, Russ, for calling and checking in the net tonight. And by the way, everybody, we've got the 40-meter net that meets every Tuesday night at 5:30 Central Time. Usually on 7180, so give us a call. You know, some nights we'll have pile-ups. We'll have 40 people call us, and some nights it's tough to get 3 people. So I think tonight we had about 8 or 10 people checked in. Thanks a lot, Russ. All right, so who else we have on the phone? We had let's go to Richard here, KB3ZDH. How you doing, Richard? You still there?
I'm still here. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know I had a really good time down in Dayton, and I was able to be on the bus from the parking area with Josh, and we had a really nice conversation there, and bought a few things. So just wanted to call and say hi to everybody, and save you from that music. So hopefully everybody's having a really nice evening, and I'll let you get to the next call.
Well, all right,
later,
hey.
73, everybody.
All right, Richard, thanks for calling in so much, man. And you know, this is one of my favorite parts of the show, Dave, to have people call in, and you know, we don't know what topic's going to come up. All right. So let's see, who else we got on the phone here?
I got William, Kilo 5 Whiskey Charlie Foxtrot.
William, how you doing, William? Where you from, William?
I figured I'd call and represent Texas here with Jason on there, but I'm out here in East Texas, a little place called Jacksonville.
Okay, cool. Hey, I love Texas. I spent about a year and a year plus down in Texas. I joined the Air Force, and I got to see San Antonio for about 6 weeks in the wintertime, and then I went up to Wichita Falls, Texas for about a year.
Ah, okay.
So I'm kind of part Texan, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
No, like I said, I figured I'd call in, just tell you how much we appreciate y'all doing this. I'm sure I'll see Jason this weekend, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to make my way up to AMCOM. For me, it's about a 2-hour drive, and but we try to go every year.
Come by the table.
What's that?
Come by the table. I'll have a table this year.
Good deal, man.
Last year I had a table right next to HRO. I don't know if they're going to put me in the same spot this year or not, but I'll have a table this year and doing just talking to people on Friday, and we'll be doing a live stream Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be leaving out here probably about 8:30, so we'll get up there right around that time, maybe just a little bit after on Saturday.
Great.
So we'll come by and see you, man.
Awesome.
Well, very good. Thank you so much, William, for giving us a call.
No problem. Hey, Tom, listen, y'all keep up the good work, and we'll let you get to the next one. Y'all take care.
Well, all right. I think the music is going to come back on when you hang up, but thanks a lot.
All right.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, there it is. Maybe a harp, I don't know. No, I guess it's a guitar. All right, 712-775-7270. You got to put that code number in to connect into our call there. The code is 407051 #. All right, so let's get somebody from Australia. How about down under? I know you're watching down here and down under. Give us a call. You have to go to menu, W5KB menu, contacts, and over on the left, you'll find a listing for international numbers. I'll try to get that music off a little bit. Well, Dave, you got any Hamfest you going to in the near future?
Well, I'm looking at going out to Reno, which is held at the end of July, and also Pacificon this year, if I can. I have never done that one before.
Okay.
And I don't know if I can squeeze in the Duke City Hamfest this year too. That's about the same time as Pacificon.
Well, you need to think about Huntsville. That's probably the third largest in the U.S. Huntsville's a good one.
It is.
We'll be there. Hey, we got somebody on the phone. Who we have on the phone?
Yeah, it's Bill WZ1L.
WZ1L. Bill, how you doing, man? Up here in Massachusetts.
Yeah, good evening to you, Jason and Dave. I just want to ask Jason about your Maestro there.
Yeah.
Do you consider that different or more appealing than the other one that you have in the wall?
Which other one are you speaking of?
I'm sorry?
Which you said more appealing than the other one? Which other one are you talking about?
All right, you have two Flex radios, the Maestro and the one in the cabinet there.
Oh, well, for all intents and purposes, they're the same radio. The Maestro the Maestro is it's basically a remote head. If you have a VHF UHF radio in your car that has a remote head, such as an Icon Mighty 5100A or the Anytone Tri-Band or a B71A or something like that, the Maestro is just a remote head for whatever you have it connected to. Now, it'll connect to multiple radios, but without that in the back, the Maestro is just a remote head. It's not a transceiver by itself. So you have to have a 6400 or 6600 or 6700 or one of the older models in the 6000 series, so that the Maestro can connect to the transceiver and remotely operate that transceiver. So this is not a transceiver by itself. This is a remote head that operates that radio. Now, if you have that radio, or if you have a friend with that radio, then you can connect multiple Maestros to that radio so that you can all listen at the same time and share the transmitter. So 3 or 4 or 5 of you can share the transmitter at the same time. One of you can transmit only one can transmit at a time, but everyone can listen at the same time. So the Maestro itself is not a transceiver. It's just a remote head for it.
Okay, I saw it at Hamvention. I was just it was just curious if it was a standalone or whatever. I mean, I didn't really get up to the table because everybody was there, so
it was crowded. Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for answering the call.
All right.
No
All
problem.
right, Bill. Thanks, Bill. We'll see you soon. All right. Hey, I want to need to make a correction here. You know, hey, a couple weeks ago or last week, I don't remember. Time flies. I played a video that our friend John from New York recorded. I want to get his call right. I think I called him WB2 ERJ last week. His call is KB2 ERJ, and he's not in New Jersey. He's in New York, so I needed to set the record straight on that for John, KB2 ERJ. And we thank you for shooting that video. It was a great video. That was the video of the balloon launch with astronaut Wheelock. I don't know if Bill Brown is in the room or not. Chat room. Let's see if Bill's in here. He's our high altitude balloon expert. You know. Let me look and see if he's in here. WB8 ELK. I don't see him in here. We got to work with Bill and get our next launch done. Bill is going to launch some more balloons at the Huntsville Hamfest, and he's wanting astronaut Wheelock to launch another one there. You know, we had him launch ours at Dayton. Doug has said that he would like to come to Huntsville. Of course, he spent time in the military there at the Redstone Arsenal, and also, of course, Doug is an astronaut, and there's a big NASA Space Center there in Huntsville, and I think the week of Huntsville, they're actually having the 50th, I think it's the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, so there's a lot of anniversary and celebrations going on in Huntsville that week, so Doug may try to make it. We hope so, but he's a very busy guy. Sometimes we don't know until 2 or 3 days before we're supposed to get together if he could make it. Although this time for Dayton, he actually told us a couple months ahead of time, and he was there. So we never know, but we always enjoy it when Doug can join us. Okay, somebody's asking, how close did the storms come to Hamvention in Dayton last week? You must not have been watching the weather. If you want to see how close it came to Hamvention, well, Hamvention now is down in Xenia, and then to the northwest you got Beaver Creek, and then northwest of that you got Dayton. We stayed in Beaver Creek this year, as we have in past years, but the tornado actually even came down to Beaver Creek and caused some damage. But if you want to, here's just a couple pictures. You know, there's Normal O'Hara, And there's Hera after the tornado right there, so you can see it did some damage there. Let me see if I can find my camera to get back. No, that's not it. There you go, right there. Okay. All right. Any looking for calls? Somebody give us a call. It's your time. It's your turn tonight to call in and be part of the show. Let me turn that music down a little bit. If you don't like hearing the music, you need to call in, because I don't have an option to call in. By the way, we can take 1,000 simultaneous phone calls, guys, with this number. Believe me, we can take 1,000. That's what they tell us. 1,000 simultaneous calls. I'm not sure how I can click enough buttons here to do that. We may have to get a few more Daves and Jasons in here if we could take 1,000 calls. Okay. Well, the show may end a little early tonight, but sometimes it does end early. But so let me think what we got going on. We got all the prizes out. We thank all the donors for the prizes. I'm already starting to see posts in Facebook where people we're thanking Hambot for the prizes. So we got all those out. Most all those that should have already started getting to you. So I hope everybody got your prize.
Wait.
What? Who's that? Somebody? Who was that? Heard somebody say something, but there's nobody on the phone. It was a ghost call.
Oh, it's that guy with the knife standing behind you in your shack there.
The guy with a knife, huh? Let me check this out. I didn't know there was a guy with a knife. I did know sometimes it gets a little warm in here, but. I guess I could put a guy with a knife back here. That might be pretty cool there. It's amazing some of the things that we can do here. Looking for something here to show. Let's see. Guys, we've got our own DMR group. Our own DMR group is 31693. I'm not owning much. Let's figure out how we can use it. This is Amateur Radio Roundtable, own talk group, 31693. So we need to figure out how to get on that and use it.
I'll add that to my C bridge.
Okay.
I didn't know that was up there.
All right. And we can, get on any talk group real easy with this this MegaCast IP radio we've got. We'll just take a little stylus.
Oh yeah, those are neat.
Yeah, just take a little stylus and key in the number, and we're on that talk group. So that's pretty easy to get onto. All right. I don't see more calls, so my producer just gave me the sign. Here to wrap it up, because things must be getting slow. But when I see the signal here, it means get going. So I've about run out of stuff tonight. We've been a little over an hour. We've had a good time here. I'll turn the music down. I'll leave the last words to you, Josh, and you, Dave. Any words to the ham radio community?
73. We'll see you next week.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Glad to be here. Glad to be on with Dave. Dave, I don't think you and I have been on at the same time before, so.
No, we haven't.
If you're coming to HamCom this weekend, come see me. I'll be around Thursday evening, Friday, and Saturday, so hope to see a lot of you there.
All right, guys. Good night. 73. We'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, and hey, Jason, you probably can give us another report on anything that happened this coming weekend.
Sounds good.
All right. Good night, guys. We'll see you later.
All right.
Okay, good night.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There's the answer code.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.